Hey there, StarCraft 2 fans, and welcome back to what is game number 7 of the Kraft Gaming Cup. You will see the link to Kraft down in the comments or the description bar below. I encourage you to visit their website, check them out. They do have a tournament coming up very soon for 2011. This is actually the 2010 tournament. Forgotten to mention that in the past few videos. This was back in, I believe, September or October, maybe even November of 2010. So a little bit aged, obviously before the most recent patch, so a couple of changes have taken place. Spawning here on Scrap Station, we do have FuzzyNickels, the yellow Zerg player, and moonmonk, the purple Zerg player, so a Zerg versus Zerg matchup. Last game we saw moonmonk basically out-macro FuzzyNickels in terms of the amount of roach production that he's able to do. Both players did manage to tech up to infestors, however, they didn't really play a huge part. The infestors weren't really used for any sort of harassment on mineral lines or anything of that sort, mainly just to do a little bit of extra damage to those roaches that were on the field. Both players used those fairly effectively. However, when it came down to it, FuzzyNickels just wasn't able to keep up in roach production, and unfortunately just got behind in terms of his macro. We do see FuzzyNickels throwing down a spawning pool on 11 supply, so a little bit early pool this time for FuzzyNickels. Maybe looking to put a little bit of early pressure on. Both players have already made their overlords move across the map to get some scouting off. Looks like a 13 pool now for the purple player moonmonk, and a gas going down as well. We do have the gas actually has gone down for the yellow player, so probably going to be looking to do some speedlings again early for both players. On this particular map, I believe that because of the long rush distance, it's probably better to get a later spawning pool. However, FuzzyNickels has decided to go for a little bit earlier of a pool. I'm not sure if that's going to play a very big part on this particular matchup, simply because the Zerglings are going to have to go so far around just to get around the map. It is so long to rush there. The bases are so close together by flight, but in terms of rush distance, it's so long. Zerglings just, I don't think, are going to have a very much of an effect on the game. Again, and the spawning pool. Another interesting thing to point out, if you're not going to produce any Zerglings straight away when the spawning pool finishes, and you're not going to get Zergling speed as soon as the spawning pool finishes, there's really no reason to have the spawning pool this early. He could have produced this on 13 supply, maybe even 14 supply, and maybe even gone for an early hatchery down in his natural. But instead he elected for that early spawning pool, and I just don't really think that was worth it, unless he just wanted to ensure that he wasn't going to get 6-pooled or something crazy like that. But again, on this map with the long rush distance, I don't think it was really necessary to get that spawning pool so early. We do see a spine crawler going down as well as Zergling speed. Actually, a spine crawler for the purple player, Zergling speed for the yellow player. Spine crawler position back here in the mineral lines, a little bit unusual, but not anything terribly unorthodox. We do see an evolution chamber going down for the purple player, so he could be looking to throw down a spore crawler, or he could just be looking to get that early attack upgrade for the roaches, which he now has on the way as well. Second gas going down, nearly complete for the purple player. We do see a hatchery going down for the yellow player, so this one Zergling that came across here was able to do a little bit of harassment on that hatchery, but nothing too serious, and is going to get chased away by this other small group of Zerglings. We do see a spine crawler as well going down in the mineral line for the yellow player. Zergling speed nearly finished, probably about 75% on that, so pretty soon he will be able to take out those speedlings. The Zergling does choose to turn around and engage that, and obviously gets picked off quite easily. We do see a baneling nest actually going down for the yellow player now, so possibly going to be looking to just go banelings. Probably going to need that second gas pretty soon, though, if he's just going to do that. He does have a little bit of gas saved up, but I don't think it's going to be enough to produce anything. Produce enough banelings to do a lot of damage. We do have a couple of Zerglings pushing out here. However, quite a few Zerglings from the yellow player does actually sneak by those two Zerglings, so he's going to be pushing in to potentially take out this queen. That would be a very, very big pickup for the yellow player. Unfortunately, with these Zerglings here, it looks like, oh, the queen does go down just before that last Zergling is taken out. So one queen taken out. Just out of range of that spine crawler. Unfortunately, that spine crawler just wasn't able to do the damage. And yellow pushing in with some more Zerglings here. However, they are moving into the mineral lines, taking out one, maybe two drones before backing out. He did lose one speedling there, and this roach actually could be in a little bit of trouble. We'll see the roach making some attacks there, but he does get taken out as well. 3 Zerglings here, very low health. Actually, 5 Zerglings. Yellow continuing to reinforce this with Zerglings. He's just obviously got him rallied clear across the map. Now moving into the mineral line, attempting to do a little bit more damage. However, with this spine crawler getting completely surrounded, the Zerglings do manage to sneak out of there, and a couple of them do get picked off. A lot of roaches being produced right now for the purple player, so he is going to be able to defend this once these roaches all produce. However, several banelings pushing forward. These banelings could do a lot of damage if they're able to get into the mineral line. However, FuzzyNickels, not sure that he's going to have enough to deal with these roaches. These banelings, if they explode in the wrong place, it could just do a little bit of damage to these roaches and pretty much nothing else. The roach is trying to kite around the zerglings a little bit, able to do so with a little bit of effect. No zergling speed on the way for the purple player yet. No roach speed actually complete for the purple player, so these roaches are able to move at a little bit faster speed. Obviously not as fast as the speedlings, but somewhat at a fast speed. The roach is coming over, taking out 2 banelings. The other 2 banelings making it into the mineral line and taking out a couple of drones. You can see these drones are on very low health. Several of these drones, one more baneling would have taken them out quite effectively. However, with these amount of roaches now, I think that any further attacks from the yellow player are going to be pushed back. The yellow player is in a little bit of trouble now because with the purple player on this higher tech, he's going to be able to do quite a bit more damage. FuzzyNickels now does have the banelings, but with no layer on the way or any sort of other tech, I'm afraid he's just going to get caught here and he's going to get kind of locked into this this production. Doesn't have any sort of drones rallied down here to his expansion, so he's not actually doing any additional mining. We do see a spine crawler on the way, a couple spine crawlers on the way, so he is aware that there is a bit of a problem. He's going to have a little bit of trouble holding this off. We do see almost an overreaction to the amount of spine crawlers that are being produced. I don't know that that's all necessary. However, purple has broken down the first set of rocks on the shortcut between the bases, so he could be looking to push forward here. However, a lot of speedlings coming could get a surround on these roaches if purple's not careful. Purple actually pushing forward with a few more roaches, and the speedling's actually going to make it all the way up into the main base. They could do a lot of damage here. The queen going to get taken out quite easily, and if these zerglings are able to get into the mineral lines, they're going to do a lot of damage, and these drones turning around to attack, they are going to lose many, many drones. How unfortunate for the purple player. Most of these roaches still on full health though, so pushing forward and without any sort of backup, those zerglings are going to have to go ahead and retreat. The expansion now going down for the purple player as well. We do see Carapace level 1 on the way for the purple player, so he's looking to get those defense upgrades so he can prevent any extra damage that the zerglings are able to do. We do see him attempting to break down the second wall for this shortcut. Probably going to go ahead and push into the main, maybe even attempt to take out the expansion. If he is able to do either of those things, it would definitely be a huge advantage for him. No spine crawlers down here at this expansion, so if he is able to pick off that queen, so that's a very, very big pickup there for him. The speedlings are going to attempt to get us around here. I just don't think there's enough. The roach is continuing to kite around. The speedlings are not able to get us around. Several speedlings dying there. They could actually turn around and go, the roaches could actually turn around and go pick off that hatchery quite easily. He's going to have a little bit more trouble up here with this main base simply because of the amount of spine crawlers here. However, no more reinforcements on the way for the yellow player. He does have something that just got canceled there, not even sure what it was. But the spine crawler is just getting picked apart by these roaches. Unfortunately, that spine crawler's gone down. Several drones going down now. A lot of production of zerglings on the way for the yellow player. The drones being rallied out of the base now. These other spine crawlers can be picked off quite easily. Some zerglings coming in here to do some attacking, but unfortunately I'm afraid that the yellow player just was out-macroed again in terms of tech. He tried to make an early push with those banelings, but wasn't able to do the amount of damage that it needed to do. One roach getting surrounded there, but I don't think it's enough. This is just too many roaches, and the yellow player does call the GG. So well played by both players, but unfortunately the roaches were just too much for the yellow player to handle. You know, the yellow player made a really good play by getting the early expansion, getting those banelings in there to attempt to do some early damage on this main base, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough, and the micro from the purple player to take out a couple of banelings was just very, very effective and really helped save his chances at winning this game. So well played by both players. We will be moving on to Game 8 of the series, which is going to be Cheese Block versus Mouse. Cheese Block did win versus FuzzyNickels, and Mouse, I believe, won the first set versus moonmonk. It was kind of a 1-1 win, so a little bit unsure there. But Cheese Block versus Mouse will be up next. That is Games 8 and 9 of the series, so I hope you guys enjoy watching those. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I apologize for giving out the game numbers ahead of time. It's, you know, it kind of ruins it. So I apologize for doing that. That's something I should be leaving out of this. But I'll probably continue to do it for the rest of the series, and then any tournaments that I cast in the future, I'll try and take that away. So if you guys feel like subscribing, please do so. I would really appreciate it. And like I said, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next cast.